All right.
I love it.
All right, Allie. So we're going to talk about protein in training.
Yep.
You know, right now I'm here at Project Lean Nation, and you've been crushing it, talking to
Thank you.
to the clients, the people, your athletes that you work with.
Yeah.
And protein is one of those topics that everybody is so interested on.
Yes.
And you are a nutritionist. You have your precision nutrition
Yep.
certification. So what is your intake on protein as far as what you should be intaking?
So it all depends on the person that you are working with. So if you are somebody that is like trying to grow muscle and produce that outcome, whereas it's not just like kind of trying to lose the body weight and muscle mass, you end up wanting to have like that 1-to-1 ratio with your body weight in grams.
Yeah.
Or depending on the person too, if they're not getting in that amount of protein to begin with, I like to go with a 0.8 ratio and then trying to gradually get them up to where they need to be in order to see different results that they're looking for. So realistically, 0.8 to a 1-to-1, and then sometimes if somebody's really looking to and already hitting a protein goal that's really close to that 1-to-1 ratio, maybe I bump it up to a 1.2 to their body weight in grams.
Yeah. So at Fit Strength, we work with predominantly athletes.
Yeah.
What's that conversation look like with a middle school or a high school athlete? What do you say to them about how to ingest protein and how much protein should they be ingesting?
Yeah,
or eating?
Yeah, so I basically try to do like the same thing, look at their weight, what their goals may be. And again, everybody's lifestyle is really, really different. So I like to know the person before I'm like, this is the definite marker that you need to hit. But if they're so far under in the protein, I say, okay, let's maybe just add 1 ounce or 2 ounces to each one of your meals and just base it off of that, because sometimes even with younger kids, giving them like a certain gram marker, they get fixated on that. So if anything, I just say, just add an extra ounce or 2. And then you know that you're getting and hitting what you need to be getting in for your training and such.
So it seems like you're not even trying to take all these things out of your diet.
Yeah.
Just add in, whether it's like, I've been to Project Lead Nation, I've gotten shakes, I've gotten stuff like that. Adding one of those meals in, adding one shake in, having one protein, scoop a day with whatever you're eating is a great starting point.
Yes, it is, because also too, like, you don't want anybody super like fixated on just that specific amount. You want them to know the reasons behind it. So you don't want to say you just need to hit this and don't give them like an explanation. You just want to be able to kind of talk them through, like, if you end up doing this, you'll see results that you're trying to look for, and then we can bump it up even more from there. And again, just like biofeedback, just kind of when they come back in for a check-in, just kind of understanding how those 4 to 6 weeks went with doing and adding in those little extra protein tips. Same thing, like there's a lot of people out there who don't realize that like Greek yogurt is a really good tool to use if they do like it, and plain Greek yogurt. So you can add like sugar-free Mio to it. You're getting 15 grams of protein in that one serving, and then you have like added flavor to it instead of it just being plain. Or you can make a ranch out of it, putting ranch seasoning into it. So there's a lot of other options out there to get protein in instead of just strictly meat.
Totally.
So, and we like to go over that here too and give people other options to choose from.
And then the last piece before we shut it down, what are the benefits? Or we're talking how much protein you should be eating, but now the question always is like, well, why do I even need to do this? So if we're talking to an athlete, why? Why do they need to eat protein?
So protein is super beneficial because once you are working out, your muscles end up like shredding and tearing apart. So in order to rebuild those and create more muscle within your muscle mass, you need the protein, which then helps with recovery. Protein also helps with your immune system. So if you are becoming sick, protein is probably still one of the most important things that you should be focusing on, even when you're not feeling great. And that can essentially just be like bone broth, like chicken bone broth, and you're getting in something to help with that immune system to bring it back up.
At the end of the day, like I tell athletes, you're wasting time.
Yes.
You're training, you're playing your sport, Like, you're trying to do all these things to enhance performance, but you're not even eating enough protein, so you're just wasting time.
Yes,
right?
Essentially it. Because then what it's going to do is it's going to burn your muscle instead of pull from fat or whatnot. So if you're not building that muscle back up with the protein that you need, again, you're not making any progress.
Yeah. And one big simple solution, and I advise it all the time to people, is like, find a space like Project Lean Nation where like 12 meals a week. That's 2 meals a day.
Yep.
Even if you just come here a couple times a week and get something for lunch, right? Or come here and get a shake on a Saturday after a workout, right?
Yes.
Super simple, super quick.
Yep.
Not a lot of
time.
time.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
Everything's already made, whole foods. You got your protein, carbs, and fat already labeled on the meals and everything. Same thing with the refuel shakes. Those are great opportunities to either get in protein before or after your workout.
And same thing with the busy parents.
Yes.
You go home, pop it in the oven, in the microwave.
You don't even have to think about it.
I
remember when I was in high school, and I definitely, times have totally changed with nutrition, and it's amazing to see because I would never think to fuel my body with protein. And now it's really cool to see that change and evolve, and all the athletes now are really focusing on that and honing in on it.
Well, Ellie, love it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.